All right, all right, all right, all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Explain 12 testing in VR here in Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson International. And we are about to go fly VR. So let me just get a few screens going and we'll get this show on the road. Quick flight. Give me feedback as you have it on the image quality. If you're seeing good or anything that could help improve the stream. All right. With that being said, we are gonna go ahead and jump in the cockpit. At first, we're gonna take a look at our Boeing 737-900 today. That's what we got today. This is a level up, by the way. So we are rocking level up today. And I just realized that there's one more thing I needed to get going. I had hopped out and I will get going another thing. All right. So all of that is good. All right, let's hop in the cockpit of this 737-900. Okay, I thought I had clicked in here. All right, anyway, we are in this cockpit. It is 21:35. I think we are supposed to be leaving very soon. Cockpit feels and looks dark. So let's go ahead and get this show going. So we'll just use fuel and balance, airside services, and we'll go to page 2, load our OFP. Oh, we only have 145 passengers today. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to activate our OFP. So that should be getting our jetway going. All right, so we've got an airplane that is fresh out of maintenance, cold and dark. So we're going to be checking everything. The parking brake is on. I think we also have the chocks on. Start levers, well, throttles are at idle. Engine start levers are at cutoff, and the windshield wipers are off. We've got the ground power to on. So let's go ahead and get the battery to on. Then we get this ground power to on. Yeah, volume is loud. Let me adjust the volume some. All right, so we've got that. The aircraft is powering up. All right, so just checking all angles, all aspects. So very good. All right, so while we're doing that, we're gonna come out here, and I believe we do have some radio, 125.55. That is our 80s. So we'll get the 80s going, and while we're doing the 80s, we're gonna come in here and get to our flight plan. All right, so just a little clunky. Let's see. All right. So just look in here. All right. Currently, we are going to unload this, and we're going to import a flight, and we're going to import from Timbrief, and we're going to activate our flight plan. All right, 9 left today. So we are going to be basically, I think we amended our altitude to flight level 230. Right, so I'm going to hide this, and All right, so Charlotte is going to be our alternate, and we're Delta 3179. So with that being said, we'll come out here and we'll go to FMC and we'll do our pulse init. Before we do that, we're gonna go all the way up over here, and we have our IRSs. We're gonna set them to nav. All right, so there we go on DC. And looking up here, yaw damper, we'll get it to on. And while we're at it, the navigation display switch is normal. Displays are normal, and source is auto. Fuel pumps are off. All right, looking back, ground power, we have 113 volts and 400 hertz. We are good there. Cabin utility and in-flight entertainment system is on. All right. APU is off for now. We'll do the emergency exit light to off. All right, and let's do our logo light. All right, looking up, we'll do window heats. And then we'll do the voice recorder to on, trim air to on. We'll come out here, we'll do our packs to auto. All right, and all right, so here today we are at flight level 230. We're going to alter our altitude, and pressurization is auto. Landing altitude is 1000 if we need to come back over here. All right, so with that being said, we are at Atlanta, and we're going to do KATL, and we are at gate Alpha 4, and we are gonna take it using the GPS position right. And we're gonna request the flight plan, and let's see, is the 80 spec? We should be hearing 80. It's 125.55. All right. If not, we'll also get to the ground. All right, so that's good there. And we can check it also via the tablet, just in case. All right, Atlanta winds are 110 at 8, 10 statute mile, few clouds at 11,000, broken 16,000. All right, altimeter 3012. 3012 is the altimeter. One too many. All right, so we'll come out here and we'll get our cockpit lighting. A little dark, but we'll get some lighting going. All right, so here we have loading of the flight plan, and we have route uplink is ready. 9 left is good. Delta 3179. We will activate, and our alternate once we execute is going to be Charlotte. All right, so there's our alternate, and we're gonna go to the legs and route data, and we're gonna load the winds, and the forecast is ready. So we'll go to forecast. So we had the forecast winds. All right, so we'll request the forecast winds, and while we're at it, we're gonna test the oxygen test. All right, So oxygen test is good. We're gonna come in here, test the fault up and engine and APU fire. We've got the red warning. We're good. All right, we'll come out here. We'll check the bottles. All right, bottles on engine number 2. Engine number 1 is good. We'll check the cargo fire. We are good on the cargo fire. All right, and then we will wait until the IRSs are aligned and we will check these. All right, supposedly winds are not going to be ready for the forecast. Let's execute this. Let's go to perf init and let's do a request of the perf. And as we're looking here, we're going to check for our reserve fuel is gonna be 8.6. So we'll come out here, we will load and we'll do 8.6 for reserve fuel. And we'll amend the altitude to flight level 230. All right, flight level 230 is set. And then for the rest of it, we see we have a 14.3 on the block and 14.3. So that's good there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we'll go ahead here. We'll do RTO. All right. And looking up at the cabin, we'll go ahead and also get some lighting on the first officer's side. All right, these are good. All right, so let's just set this to 095. That was fast. 905. Wow. All right, 095. That was fast. And 095. All right, we'll get the flight directors to on. So all that is good. And heading, we'll also set it to 095. All right, heading is 095, so it's all good. So let's go ahead and give the go ahead to start on the boarding. Looking up, we'll get the chime to on. That's indication for boarding. And then we'll do the GPWRS, no,
TCAS
the TCAS test
pass.
rather. All right, and then we'll do the GPWRS, but first let's go ahead and get this guy to vertical situation.
Light slow.
All right, here we go.
Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear.
All
Wind
right,
shear.
so that's good. Now we can
Sink
go
rate.
and check
Sink rate. Terrain.
our performance
Pull up. Don't sink. Don't
to see
sink.
what dispatch
Too low.
gave us.
Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Terrain. Light slow.
All right, so planned runway is runway 15.
Approaching minimums. Minimum.
No, runway 9 left,
2500.
rather.
1,000. 500. 400. 300.
All right, so runway 9 left is our planned runway.
100. 50. 40.
So we'll have
20. 10.
derated
Wind
takeoff,
shear.
selected
Wind shear.
temperature of
Wind shear.
55.
Too low. Terrain. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Obstacle.
All right, derated
Obstacle.
takeoff,
Obstacle. Obstacle.
and we'll go ahead
Pull
and
up.
for the takeoff, we'll do flaps 5. and we will take the runway winds, which are 115 at 8. All right, 115 at 8. 9er left. We're just gonna say that we got 0 slope, and we'll take 95 for the runway heading. And once we come back here, we are ready for the V speeds of 145 for V1, VR 148, and V2 152. So we will go ahead and set 177 here. V2 plus 15. All right. Oops. All right. 177. Auto throttle to on. And we'll go ahead and confirm our departure runway. Should be 27 left. However, I'm just going to go use, no, 09er left rather. Yep, that's what we have. We have the Gary 2 and 09er left. So that's what we have. So for the Gary 2 and 09er left, let's see what we got. All right. So Gary 2 and 09er left, maintain 10,000, expect clearance as filed. So we'll go to 10,000, that is set. And then at Zeeland, we have a 250 restriction at Zeeland. We're gonna do RNAV MPass out of the runway. So that's what's gonna happen. No. Wait. 095. No. RNAV Lidas. It's gonna be RNAV Lidas. And then Irwin. Yep, Lidas, Irwin, and then Gary. There you go. So Lidas, Irwin, and then Gary. So let's go ahead and check the legs on so Lidas, here we go, Irwin and Gary. So we are good. We're just waiting on them to finish so we can get the CG. All right, so that's being said, let's go ahead and get the test for the Mach over speed. And number 2. And then the stick shakers. This is the first officer stick shaker. Nope. There we go. All right. Now my stick shaker. All right, stick shaker is going. It's good. All right, so that's all good. And then normally we have the landing gear manual extraction, which is not modeled in this. It's modeled in the Zibo, but not on here. And I don't know why today my ATC is not working. It should be, but it is not working. All right, so let's do our taxi route briefing. Then we'll start the APU and get out of here. All right. So we're departing runway 9er left today. So for the taxi route, it's gonna be we're going to be pushing back facing south. So we're going to be 1 south, and we're gonna do. Oops. All right, Lima 3 and Mike. And we're going to take Mike 2. All right, Lima 3, Mike 2 today. So intersection departure. All right, so that's that. We have plenty of runway, about 3,776 meters. So plenty of runway. All right, so on departure, V speeds are set. We will reject for any reason below 80 knots and above 80 knots. We will reject for takeoff config warning like this. We'll reject for engine fire, loss of directional control, anything that is going to render the aircraft incapable of flying. Once we attain V2, which is 145, V1 rather, which is 145, we are going to take off and continue the takeoff rather. Maintain pitch according to our V2 plus 15 gain altitude, and you will notify ATC and I will continue flying. We'll come back and land on runway 09er left. Any questions? All right, no questions. All right, perfect. Thank you. All right, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and get this APU going. So we'll get the fuel pumps to on first and starting the APU. All right, so we'll check our oil pressure, no, hydraulic oil rather. Engines, we do not have oil yet on the engines, so oil pressure indications are all off. All right, so it's gonna get dark on us, so we're gonna turn on the logo light, and the APU is starting. And we're not gonna use the HUD today. It does some funny things in VR. You guys can't see it. I can, but you can't. All right, so pretty much we've all done this except for the light test. We haven't done the light test yet. So this is a Christmas light, just to check that everything is operating properly on the lights. Yep, lights are good. And then once we dim them, it's also good. And in the case where we lose a light bulb, a light is burnt, light bulbs are right there. They're light bulbs, that's where I find them. All right, so we're gonna check autopilot warnings 1 and 2. All right, they're both good, they're okay. All right, so excellent. So we don't need this, we can just stow it. And APU is still starting. Let's check the ground. That was a ground call. All right, the APU is on. All right, the APU is on, and on the bus you guys can disconnect the ground power. Roger, disconnecting the ground power. All right, very good. Looks like we don't have passengers, but they're almost done. All right, boarding door is closed, so we're gonna get ready here. All right, so 5.5 is gonna be our trim. We'll put the
Eat anything?
all right, thanks. All right, so before start checklist, cockpit doors is closed, windows closed on the left, and it's closed on the right, and the beacon is on. Fuel, we have 14.3, and the pumps are on. Altimeter 3012, and on the flat instrument heading 0905. 0905 is set, and we see 0905 here on the compass there. All right, engine start levers are cut off, parking brake is on, and the checklist is completed. So that is good, and let's check the camera, and let's go ahead, make sure all the doors are closed. Okay, all the doors are closed. All right, they're gonna get connected. Which I thought they normally start. Oh, maybe they're already connected. Oh yeah, I can see them, they're connecting. All right, so with that being said,
all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
here we go. We're gonna get our timer going. All right, let's get the APU on. I mean APU bleed rather, and getting ready for engine. We're gonna turn off the packs. Getting ready for engine start. And so we're gonna do LNAV and VNAV. Hey, Mamadou, comment ça va? Bienvenue, bienvenue. Salut à toi.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake release. Tu as été le premier message que j'ai lu en VR.
And you may start engines.
All right. Donc, nous sommes autorisés à démarrer les réacteurs. Nous allons commencer par le numéro 2. Donc, attendez, j'avais oublié le seatbelt. OK. Donc, pour les réacteurs, on va faire numéro 2. Et on regarde les indications. Nous avons 13% de N2. 18 à 25, on introduit le kérosène. Voilà. Et maintenant, on observe oil pressure. Et ensuite, EGT et N1 suit. Le level up, il a de bons sons. Start the cutout. Non, Delta, il n'a pas de 787. Ça, non, ça c'est un A350. OK. Yeah, A350. Et voilà, maintenant, on démarre le numéro 1. Alors, 25%.